Steve Johnson reflects on humbling loss to terrible kid Jannik Sinner. Steve Johnson has opened up about the embarrassment he felt after losing to, whom he described as a terrible kid following their clash at the 2019 Rome Masters. Johnson candidly shared that after the defeat, he considered stepping away from the sport, feeling humiliated by the turn of events. In May 2019, 17-year-old Sinner made his Masters debut after being granted a wildcard entry by the tournament organizers. Although he had already accumulated some victories on the ITF and Challenger circuits, he was still ranked number 263 in the world, in stark contrast to Johnson, who was positioned among the top 60 players globally. Despite clay not being Johnson's preferred surface, he initially held the upper hand, claiming the first set convincingly with a score of 6-1. However, the match took an unexpected twist as Sinner made a remarkable comeback, ultimately winning 1-6, 6-1, 7-5. In the final set, Sinner found himself down 2-5 and even faced a match point on Johnson's serve in the 8th game. But in a stunning turnaround, he won 5 consecutive games to clinch his first ATP-level victory. Reflecting on that match during a recent appearance on the Nothing Major podcast, Johnson shared, "I don't know if you've ever felt this. You play against a local wildcard or a hometown kid, and it comes with unique pressures. Walking onto the court, I saw this kid, lanky and tall, thinking, this could end badly for me. I took the first set 6-1, but then things went south. I had match points and ended up losing 7-5. It was devastating." Johnson, who boasts 4 ATP titles, expressed dismay over the loss, as he underestimated Sinner's capabilities. Despite his agent's reassurances that Sinner was a rising star with a bright future, Johnson was convinced otherwise, stating, "I told my agent Sam Duval, this kid's terrible, I might as well quit tennis. But they urged me to reconsider, highlighting his potential. I thought they were mad. I was convinced this would be the only win he'd ever have." Little did he know that just 4 years later, Sinner would become a 2-time Grand Slam champion and the world's top player, with a remarkable record of 73-6 in 2024. Since their encounter in Rome, Sinner has continued to outshine Johnson, defeating him again in 2021 at Washington and completing the trio of victories in their last meeting during the 2022. The talented 23-year-old has not only secured titles at the Australian Open but has also triumphed at the ATP Finals and Masters events in Cincinnati and Shanghai, contributing to Italy's Davis Cup success. When asked whether he had met his goals for 2024, Sinner offered a thoughtful perspective, "It's hard to say. My aim was to comprehend my potential this year without specific targets for Grand Slams or rankings. The mindset remains the same for next year. Whatever opportunities arise, we'll seize them, and we'll learn from the rest." Despite his stellar performance, with a staggering 73-6 record, Sinner remains humble, insisting there is always room for improvement. "I still see aspects where I can better my game. While my serving was solid at times this tournament, there are still details to refine, and at higher levels, those small details make all the difference."